There is a word, it is pronounced obfuscate. Obfuscate. And basically that means to confuse somebody. And that also gets back to God not being the author of confusion. So when people are forced to have to play guessing games, that's just another one of the times that people are forced to give their personal identifiers, like their handwriting, and forced to play guessing games. And it's done by the control freaks, by the oppressive control freaks. But what is it that happened as far as stuff goes? What did Jesus, according to what was written in the Bible, what did Jesus say to the control freaks? What went to the hypocrites? So what would be an example of a hypocrite? A hypocrite would be somebody that acts like they're a pharaoh and treats everybody else like slaves. What would a control freak do I mean, when I look at it, it's just like, I have no intention of murdering myself. It's just like the different ones that who like to manipulate or cherry pick Bible verses, and it's done for a way for them to be self-serving. When people are isolated, that's one of the biggest red flags there is. Another is when somebody comes up with a big smile on their face and doesn't disclose what they're actually up to. The example that I gave about the one with being a baseball coach and stuff, not even disclosing that he's a real estate agent. I mean, how sneaky is that? How deceptive? Just same thing with one of them. I mean, when I look at this stuff, I mean, but it also deals with I mean, it's just like the sense of entitlement, feeling entitled to deceive people, and feeling entitled to take unfair advantage of people, feeling entitled to destroy people's lives, feeling entitled to hoodwink and con people, feeling entitled to do things like gaslight and minimize, feeling entitled to act like they're blind when they have eyes to see, and basically it's a lie. It's kind of like propaganda. What was that? I forgot what the guy's name is. The the guy that dealt with propaganda during Hitler's time. What's his name? Goebbels, whatever. feeling entitled to not disclose that rat poisoning and fluoride are the same thing. Feeling entitled not to give any and all conflicts of interest and violate people's rights to be able to make informed decisions, or to contract with who people want to contract with. Intentionally putting the word person on a piece of paper and then cherry picking Bible verses like God is no respecter of persons and pretending to be God on earth, or defining words so that God means a magistrate, a ruler, or a what was the other one? I don't know. It's how James Strong defined the word God. Oh, magistrate, ruler, or judge. Or by hoodwinking and conning people and taking basically all the PEG or public education government funding and giving people crumbs to and giving people crumbs to fight over. I mean, why don't you just say what it is? Crumbs. That's what YouTube is. It's crumbs. It's crumbs. Just like feeling entitled to keep books and classes and samples away from people and just acting like they have dementia. It's kind of like selective dementia, selecting when to act dumb about crap. Like how to fill out forms correctly and giving people classes on uniform commercial codes and contract. And no, it's much more fun to F with people, but or to write rules up so that only the ones that are effing with people win. It doesn't mean they're getting by with anything. Mm-mm. They're most definitely not getting by with anything, and that's part of how they've deceived themselves. I want to give an example. That was what was a medical doctor that came up with ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. He thought that when he physically died, that he would escape judgment from the judge. I bring that up because the pharmaceutical drugs were known to cause renal failure and basically internal organ damage. It stunted the growth plates, the bone growth plates. It just did a bunch of wicked stuff. So for for him to knowingly deceive and pay himself off of medical and billing and diagnostic codes instead of actually giving a shit about the people that who walked in, and the original Hippocratic Oath is about not harming people. So what they do, what they do, that they use the word like patient or person or whatever else, and basically they can. It's just like the ones who are into. I mean, I could go into different examples. I just. And it's faulty logic to think that all of the Mensa murderers have been locked up and are behind bars. That's very faulty logic. Psychopaths have no remorse, so just think about the different ones that have shown no remorse. Well, that's pretty daggum dangerous. Somebody that doesn't care about what they do to me or anybody else, that's somebody that's pretty daggum dangerous. And is known for being violent. So what they like to do is do things like have something called paranoid and say that I'm paranoid for not wanting my DNA taken or stolen for no known medical procedure. I mean, and just look at the number of people who were murdered or what's called executed who were later found to be innocent. How does that bring them back to life? If I wanted to pin a crime on somebody, what would I do? Smile on their face, steal their DNA, manipulate information, not disclose what I was actually doing. What else? Oh, make sure to play head games on somebody, like gaslighting and minimizing and that kind of stuff. I would even laugh in somebody's face at how rigged the system is. Whose intuition knew that something was wrong. So what's my earliest memory? My earliest memory is having a complete stranger hold me and me kicking and screaming, basically get me away from him. Where was that? Inside of a building called a church. Who was holding me? Called himself a what did that clown call himself? It was some sort of ecclesiastical title. I think it was bishop, but what is it that a chessboard has on it? A bishop has a chess set has a bishop on it. A chess set has rooks on it too. So think about the word rookie. Chess set has a checkered pattern. Chess set has a king and a queen. Chess set has a castle. A chess set has pawns. A chess set has knights. What is the goal of a chess? Of a chess game is to protect the king. What do they keep pushing? What kind of Bible? It's not the Geneva Bible. What was written before the King James Bible? Geneva. What is it that bloodline Americans brought over from England to escape religious persecution? Geneva Bible. Don't they typically have anything but the Geneva Bible? Think about that for a minute.